When we talk about watches, we usually talk about things like specs, value, and heritage. And those things are important, don't get me wrong. But when we talk about watch design, we have to keep the main thing the main thing. But underneath all of that, there's something else going on that drives the design. We are talking about design philosophy. Every watch in this video is obtainable, and every one of these reflects a way of thinking that has stood the test of time. Hey, there you are, and welcome to My Dude Watch. My name is Jason, and today we're doing something a little bit different, but still fun. To me, there are certain values, things like authority, clarity, restraint, craftsmanship. Those ideals aren't tied to one brand or one era. It's in all of the best designs we see. Happy New Year, everyone. You know the deal. Grab a snack, pull up a chair, and let's talk watches. Just a quick heads up, everyone, over the next few weeks, we got some really fun stuff coming up. We are putting together our Dude Choice Awards, which is basically our year-end take on what actually mattered. And after that, I'm doing a state of the collection, what stayed, what didn't, and why. All right, back to the video on design philosophy. Today, instead of starting with watches, I want to start with ideas and how those design philosophies have always been around, and how those ideas quietly show up in modern affordable watchmaking. We're going to look at this from a design-first perspective. Each watch represents a certain way of thinking, one that history has already proven works. To help ground those ideas, I'll reference a few historical figures along the way, just for context. In our first segment of the day, let's start with authority and presence. In watch design, authority isn't about being flashy, it's about presence. When you look at it on the wrist, does it feel confident? That usually comes down to things like visual weight, proportions, materials. Does the watch carry itself well? Historically, authority was communicated through symmetry, scale, and richer tones, not to show off, but to establish control. Gold accents, warm finishes, and confident proportions have always carried the message, and you still see the same language in watch designs today. That design language existed long before watches. The Longines conquest variants in gold or gold accents speaks the same visual language we associate with Henry VIII, where power was communicated through size, material, and unmistakable presence. This watch isn't historical, but the idea behind it absolutely is. We are at our second segment of the day, and the attributes here are scale and character. Some designs aren't meant to blend in, they're meant to stand on their own. In watch design, scale can be part of the personality. Big cases, bold colors, and strong proportions aren't accidents, they're choices. This kind of design doesn't try to shrink itself, it leans into being confident and maybe a bit larger than life. That's exactly what the Boulevard Devil Diver does. It's bold, it's fun, it knows what it is. And that's the same confidence that we associate with someone like Babe Ruth. Larger than life, full of personality, and never trying to tone it down just to fit in. This is the kind of design that treats character as a strength, not a flaw. We are rolling right along, and this is segment 3, and it's about command and legibility. Leadership demands clarity, and when things get stressful, design has to remove doubt. In watchmaking, that means legibility, durability, and being able to read the time instantly. No guessing, no distractions. We call it time at a glance. With a Seiko Samurai, everything serves a purpose. From the case shape to the dial layout, nothing here is random. Those ideas are timeless, and they line up perfectly on how we think about leaders like Julius Caesar, where clarity and decisiveness were never looked at as nice to have. They were survivor skills that are must-haves. This is command expressed through function, and Seiko nailed it. We are at segment number 4, and this is tradition and dignity. Some design philosophies value consistency over innovation. They focus on balance, restraint, and trust. Classic proportions and conservative layouts aren't about nostalgia. They're about reliability. The Citizen Zenshin feels steady on the wrist. It's calm, it's composed, it doesn't overtry, it simply is. This is who I am, and it's enough. If you own this watch, you already know what you have. That sense of dignity and steadiness is exactly what we associate with someone like George Washington. Leadership built on balance, continuity, and earned trust rather than spectacle. Good design doesn't beg for attention, it just happens. It earns confidence over time. And here we are at segment number 5, and this is about character and story. Not every watch is meant to command a room. Some designs just invite you in. Oftentimes, the most popular design in the room may have a smaller case, subtle details, and vintage proportions, which really create something more personal. Some designs simply encourage quieter moments and slower pace. That's what the Orient Bambino has done for so many years. It has character and it tells a story. And that's exactly what we associate with someone like Mark Twain. Approachable, thoughtful, never in a rush to impress anyone. This is a watch that doesn't hurry you along. Also, just to let you know, we at MyDudeWatch.com have recently released a complete renovation of our website with more exciting changes and improvements to come over the next few months, so come check it out. Up next, we're talking about designs that are intentional simplicity. True minimalism isn't about stripping anything away, it's really about being selective to what you keep. In watchmaking, simplicity only works when it's intentional, and when you nail it, it's just awesome. The Tissot Gentleman is a perfect example. It's clean, balanced, symmetrical, no unnecessary decoration, just a straight stunner. This is a design that just feels right on the wrist. It's confident without trying to be flashy. The mindset lines up closely with how we think of someone like Socrates, the philosopher, focused on thoughtful meaning, not just surface level fluff. Nothing here is accidental. It's all about intent, and this design just works. Segment 7 is all about art and craftsmanship. Some design philosophies treat beauty as part of a deeper meaning and greater value of the design. You are rewarded for taking a closer look. In watches, that shows up through dial work, finishing, and subtle details. It's not an accident when you see incredible light play dance across the dial surface, and that's the whole point. The Seiko Presage embraces that idea completely. The design isn't just about telling time, it's meant to be appreciated, to be valued, and to be an integral part of the collection. The approach mirrors how we think about Leonardo da Vinci, where beauty, mechanics, and purpose all come together for a masterpiece. This is a watch meant to be enjoyed. Let's move on to the 8th attribute of design. It's about ambition. Not all ambition is loud. Sometimes it's calm, steady, and confident. And in watch design, quiet ambition shows up in the details. Clean lines, balanced proportions, and nothing that feels like it's trying too hard. The Hamilton Jazzmaster Viewmatic with an option of an open heart is a great example of that. It's refined but not flashy, dressy but not stiff. It feels just as comfortable under a jacket as it does in everyday life. There's a confidence to this watch that comes from its appeal. The dial is clean, the proportions make sense, and if you flip it over, the exhibition case back reminds you that real mechanical work is happening. Even if it's not screaming for attention, it gets it. That kind of restraint lines up perfectly with how we think of Winston Churchill, someone who projected strength through composure, not volume. This is a watch that doesn't need to prove anything. It just quietly gets the job done, and done well. We are here at segment number 9, and we have to talk about efficiency with a tool DNA. Efficiency can be its own kind of authority. Compact proportions and no wasted space communicate focus. That's what makes tool watches so effective. Everything has a job and a reason. The Hamilton Khaki Field is a great example, rugged, reliable, and built to work. It's earned a reputation the hard way, by doing exactly what it's supposed to do. No frills, just substance and indestructibility. That same mindset reflects how we think about Napoleon Bonaparte. Decisive, efficient, and always focused on the objective, no matter the cost. This is design stripped down, but with a purpose. We have made it to number 10, and this segment is about intellect and everyday use. Some watches aren't really about collecting, they're about wearing, and I'm talking about understated clarity and comfort that helps define watches meant for everyday life. The Jungens Max Bill is not meant to sit in a box, it's meant to be used. It's practical, it's alert, it's smart, it just works. That practical mindset closely aligns how we think of someone like Albert Einstein, someone who valued clarity and usefulness over window dressing. Nothing extra, and more importantly, nothing missing. Well, there you go, 10 design philosophies that have stood the test of time and found their way into some of our best, most iconic watch designs. We have put links in the description just in case you want to go there, check them out, see if they're right for you. Just remember, if you decide to make a purchase, My Dude Watch may get a small commission, but you don't pay more. Hey, you made it to the end of another video. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please take the time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It'll only take you a second, but it really does help. All right, it's time to wrap it up, so we will close the show. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch. We'll do it all again next time. But wait, don't forget, dudes can't be late.
And let's talk watches.